Welcome back, coin lovers and history hunters. Today's video is absolutely special because we're revealing the top 4 most powerful and collectible 1-cent wheat penny coins that every collector dreams of owning. These coins are not just old, they are pieces of American history, each carrying a powerful story, strong demand, and serious collector interest. So relax, stay till the end, because each coin on this list gets more exciting than the last. So let's get started. First up, stop everything and take a close look at this. Right here is a 1951 wheat penny, minted in Denver, and it's one of the most remarkable coins you can find from the early 1950s. At first glance, it might look like a simple penny, but don't be fooled. This coin carries over 70 years of history, a story of craftsmanship, survival, and American heritage all wrapped up in a tiny piece of copper. What makes this coin truly special is its 60 mint grade. That means it's in near pristine condition, almost untouched since it left the mint. Look at Abraham Lincoln's profile. Every detail is sharp, from the lines of his coat to the curves of his jaw, from his hair to the subtle expressions on his face. On the reverse, the iconic wheat stalks stand perfectly tall and defined, a timeless symbol of prosperity and the spirit of America during the post-war era. Think about it. This penny has survived decades of handling, countless pockets, wallets, and cash registers, yet it still shines almost like new. For collectors, coins like this are highly sought after because the combination of age, historical significance, and exceptional condition is rare. A 1951 wheat penny in this condition is more than just a collectible. It's a treasured piece of American history, a tangible connection to the past. Every coin tells a story. This one whispers tales of the 1950s, a time of rebuilding, hope, and growth. It's a reminder of an era when coins were carefully crafted, and quality was paramount. Owning this coin means holding a piece of history in your hand, feeling the legacy of American currency, and knowing you possess something both beautiful and valuable. Whether you're a beginner starting your collection or a seasoned numismatist, this 1951 wheat penny is a must-have. Its flawless details, historical significance, and rarity make it a standout addition to any collection. Imagine showing this coin to friends, sharing the story behind it, and knowing that you own a piece of history that will be treasured for generations. Don't miss the chance to experience the charm, beauty, and value of a coin that's more than money. It's a story, an artwork, and a lasting symbol of American history. The 1951 wheat penny in 60 mint isn't just a coin. It's a timeless treasure waiting for the right collector to appreciate its full glory. Next up, stop for a moment and take a deep look at this small but extraordinary coin, the 1953 wheat penny, a 1-cent piece minted in Denver that quietly carries the spirit, strength, and history of mid-century America. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary penny, something many people would pass by without a second thought, but in reality, this coin represents an era when American craftsmanship was at its peak and every coin told a story. Struck in solid copper, this penny was produced during a time of post-war recovery, optimism, and economic growth, when the United States was rebuilding its future one day at a time. What truly sets this coin apart is its mint state 60 condition, meaning it has survived decades with very little wear, maintaining its original surfaces, natural color, and authentic mint luster. Look closely at Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The details in his hair, the sharpness of his facial features, and the clean lines of his coat reflect the precision of the Denver Mint's craftsmanship. This level of preservation is not common for coins of this age, making the 1953 wheat penny especially appealing to collectors who value originality and history. Now turn the coin over, and the iconic wheat ears immediately capture attention. These wheat stalks are more than just a design. They symbolize growth, prosperity, and resilience. In 1953, America was entering a new chapter, and this design reflected the nation's agricultural roots and strong foundation. The lettering 1 cent and United States of America remains bold and readable, a sign that this coin has been carefully preserved through time. Coins like the 1953 wheat penny are becoming harder to find in higher mint states as years pass and supplies shrink. Many were lost to circulation, damage, or melting, making surviving mint state examples more desirable every year. Collectors understand that this penny is not just about monetary value. It's about owning a physical piece of history, something that connects the present to a defining era of American life. Holding this penny is like holding a silent witness to history. It has lived through changing decades, economic shifts, and generations of people, yet it remains strong, detailed, and beautiful. For new collectors, it's a perfect gateway into the world of numismatics. For experienced collectors, it's a meaningful addition that represents quality, history, and long-term collectible potential. The 1953 Wheat Penny in Mint State 60 is not just spare change. It is a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry powerful stories. It represents American pride, careful minting, and a time when coins were made to last. Once you truly understand its background, condition, and significance, you realize this penny is more than a coin. It is a timeless American treasure, quietly waiting to be appreciated by those who recognize its true value. Next up, take a moment, slow down, and truly focus on what you are about to see. Because this small copper coin carries a powerful story from the heart of American history. This is the 1956 Wheat Penny, a 1-cent coin minted at the Denver Mint during the final chapter of one of the most iconic coin designs ever produced in the United States. At first glance, it may appear ordinary, but in reality, this penny represents the end of an era, a time when American coins were crafted with care, strength, and lasting purpose. Struck just 2 years before the Wheat Penny design was retired forever, the 1956 Wheat Penny stands as a symbol of transition, progress, and history frozen in copper. This particular coin is graded Mint State 60, meaning it has survived nearly 7 decades, with its original surfaces intact, showing minimal wear and retaining natural mint luster. For a coin of this age, that level of preservation is remarkable. Look closely at Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. The hair details remain visible, the facial contours are strong, and the lettering around the rim is bold and clear. These details reflect the quality and precision of the Denver Mint during the mid-1950s, a time when American minting standards were still rooted in traditional craftsmanship. Now turn the coin over and observe the famous wheat ears on the reverse. These wheat stalks are not just decorative elements. They represent America's agricultural foundation, growth, and resilience. The design had been in use since 1909, and by 1956, it had become deeply embedded in American culture. The words 1 cent and United States of America remained sharp and readable, a sign that this coin avoided the heavy, where that claimed so many others from circulation. The year 1956 itself is significant. America was experiencing economic growth, technological advancement, and rising national confidence. Coins minted during this period circulated through a society that was building highways, expanding industries, and shaping the modern world. This penny silently witnessed that transformation, passing through hands, pockets, and registers, yet surviving with its character and detail preserved. What makes the 1956 Wheat Penny especially appealing to collectors is its place near the very end of the Wheat Penny series. With the Lincoln Memorial design introduced in 1959, coins like this represent the final breath of a legendary era. As time passes, collectors increasingly seek high-grade examples like Mint State 60, knowing that fewer survive each year. Many wheat pennies were lost, damaged, corroded, or melted, making preserved examples more desirable and harder to find. Holding this penny today is like holding a time capsule, a direct connection to the past. It is proof that even the smallest objects can carry great historical weight. For beginner collectors, it serves as a perfect entry into numismatics, offering beauty, history, and authenticity. For experienced collectors, it represents an important piece that completes a narrative, the closing chapter of the Wheat Penny story. This coin is not about face value. It is about meaning, preservation, and legacy. It reminds us of a time when coins were made to last, when craftsmanship mattered, and when even a single cent carried pride and purpose. The 1956 Wheat Penny in Mint State 60 is more than spare change. It is a lasting symbol of American history, quietly waiting to be understood, respected, and appreciated. Once you truly grasp its story, condition, and place in time, you realize this penny is not small at all. It is a timeless treasure, preserved in copper, carrying history forward for generations to come. Next up, slow everything down and truly focus, because the small copper coin you are hearing about now is not ordinary money. It is a living witness to one of the most dramatic chapters in world history. This is the 1942 1-cent wheat penny, a coin struck during the height of World War II, when the fate of nations was uncertain and every material, including copper, was critical to survival. In 1942, America had fully entered the war. Factories were running day and night. Families were making sacrifices, and even pocket change carried national importance. This wheat penny was minted at a time when the country needed strength, unity, and endurance, and that spirit is embedded into every detail of this coin. This particular example exists in mint state 60 condition, which means it has survived more than 8 decades with its original surfaces largely intact. That alone makes it remarkable. Most coins from this era were heavily circulated, damaged, or worn down by years of daily use during wartime. Yet this penny still retains solid detail, natural copper color, and authentic mint character. When you look at Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, you can still see strong definition in his facial structure, visible hair detail, and clear lettering around the rim. These features reflect the craftsmanship of an era when coins were produced under immense pressure, but still made to endure. Now turn the coin over and study the reverse. The twin wheat ears stand tall and balanced, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design was not chosen by accident. Wheat symbolized nourishment, stability, and survival, all critical elements in 1942. During the war, wheat fed families at home and soldiers abroad. It represented hope in uncertain times. This penny circulated in a nation dealing with ration books, scrap drives, factory labor, and emotional strain, yet it carried a simple, reassuring message of continuity and strength. The year 1942 is especially important in the Wheat Penny series because it sits on the edge of a major historical shift. Just 1 year later, copper shortages forced the U.S. Mint to produce the famous steel pennies of 1943. That makes the 1942 Wheat Penny one of the last traditional copper cents before wartime necessity changed American coinage forever. Collectors deeply respect this transition, and as a result, 1942 pennies hold strong historical significance beyond their face value. Coins in mint state 60 from this year are becoming harder to find as time passes. Many were melted, damaged, corroded, or lost. Others sit locked away in private collections, rarely returning to the market. This scarcity adds to the coin's appeal and long-term collectible potential. But beyond rarity and condition, what truly gives this coin power is its story. This penny passed through a world at war. It may have been held by factory workers building tanks and planes, by families saving coins during rationing, or by children dropping pennies into jars while waiting for loved ones to return home. Holding a 1942 wheat penny today is like holding a silent witness, a small object that endured fear, sacrifice, and resilience without speaking a word. It connects the modern world to a time when even the smallest coin mattered. For beginner collectors, this penny offers a deep and meaningful entry into numismatics, combining history, design, and authenticity. For advanced collectors, it represents a cornerstone coin that anchors a collection in real historical importance. This is not just a 1-cent piece. It is not just copper. It is a symbol of endurance, craftsmanship, and national resolve. The 1942 wheat penny in mint state 60 reminds us that history is not only found in books or museums. It can be held in the palm of your hand. Once you truly understand its origin, condition, and place in time, you realize this penny is far more than money. It is a timeless wartime artifact, preserved through decades, carrying the weight of history forward for future generations to study, respect, and admire.